Hello everyone. I am here in my beautiful little abode that my children fixed up for me. I love it. It's working out really well. And I, I hardly know what to say. This was the first night I spent here and it was great. It is hot outside. My garden is doing really well. Had the first harvest, beans, a zucchini, and some parsley. But it is so hot that a lot of the things that I have in the pots, it gets too dry. It's just too hot. So even watered every day is not enough. So I had to do a little reconfiguring, and I used a little pool and stuck a lot of them in there, and found containers where I could put the buckets in, and so that they can suck up water from the bottom as well. So we'll see. But it seems like I'm always here just at the right time to reorganize. Okay, it's not every year the same, right? And one just has to adjust rather than, well, it's not working this year because of this or because of that, right? You adjust and you make it work, and you work with the plants and the weather together. Yes? All right, there you go. Anywho, so let's get going straight away here. I have more work to do. I want to get to it. Oh, this is a super short one, you guys. I mean, super short. Well, maybe that's what it needs to be today, because I've got more work to do, want to do, and the people here are happy I'm doing. Yes. I love I love clean surroundings. Oh, it's not dirty here or anything or out there. It's just things just accumulated, right? And having a new baby, this, that. I perfectly understand that the baby comes first. Spending all the time with her, it's only one time going to happen. Every stage of that little child, right now, it's all about holding the baby, making it feel comfortable in this world, right? So some things have accumulated, and I'm going to take care of some of it, as long as my legs hold out. And there it is. And I love doing that's my favorite thing to do, and I'm always happy when the work is there to do it. All right, we are in the book of Judith 3. It's not been a very interesting book so far. Lots of it seems to be the same that we've already read. So let's see what we have next here. They therefore sent envoys to him to sue for peace, to say. Okay, what do we have here for? Oh yeah, so this guy, Holofernes, is creating all kind of really horrible things. And here is the continuation of it. They therefore sent envoys to him to sue for peace, to say, we are servants of the great king Nebuchadnezzar. We lie prostrate before you. Treat us as you think fit. Our cattle farms, all our land, all our wheat fields, our flocks and herds, all the sheepfolds in our encampments are at your disposal. Do with them as you please. Our towns and their inhabitants, too, are at your service. Go and treat them as you think fit. These men came to Holofernes and delivered the message as above. He then made his way down to the coast with his army and stationed garrisons in all the fortified towns, levying outstanding men there as auxiliaries. The people of these cities and of all the other towns in the neighborhood welcomed him, wearing garlands and dancing to the sound of tambourines. But he demolished their shrines and cut down their sacred trees, carrying out his commission to destroy all local gods, so that the nations should worship Nebuchadnezzar, the nations alone, and people of every language and nationality should hail him as a god. Thus he reached the edge of Esdraelon, in the neighborhood of Dathan. a village facing the great ridge of Judea. He pitched camp between Geba and Scythopolis and stayed there a full month to reprovision his forces. And that is 3. Wow. So in order for the people, this is a fantasy interesting. One can look at this however one wants to. But what I find interesting, in order for the people to survive, they have to capitulate, right, to this Holofernes. It's either getting slaughtered and everything taken anyway, and I don't know what. Or, okay, you got us. Just come and do what you have to. We are all at your disposal. And capitulating like that ensures at least some survival. Right. Well, that's what one does, I guess, for peace's sake. You just, and then you wait it out. Yes, you just wait it out. There's really not much more to say about it. Well, how... if one doesn't give peace a try in the way I feel like these people just had to do. Oh, well, how did it all come about? Right. What was the root of the problem? We already talked about that. Now, the only way to survive is to just give in. And basically, okay, everything I worked for, just come and get it. Or fight back, which they weren't capable of. There weren't as many. They already knew that. And any kind of resistance was immediately cut and taken care of by this guy. So, I don't know. Well, no, I know. I know that if you're being run over, you got to walk. Hell starts because of something. Usually by not following the guidance of God. Then one has to just walk through that hell. Right? Following God's guidance. And make it through it. There's one thing with all these kings and all them people, they're not going to live forever. And one, even if one is in very dire circumstances like these people now, have to give everything up just to somehow have their families survive. They will still come out and then teach their generation still, right? Oh, so, well, in one way, our God works in mysterious ways. It doesn't talk about the temple of Jerusalem being taken down here. It talks about their shrines to other gods, right? Not our God. And so that Nebuchadnezzar can be what? Yeah, God. I think if you look through history, there have been people who literally just, as if they are the representatives of God here on earth, right? and did horrible things. Well, God seems to be fine with that in the Old Testament here, right? When the Israelites go and take over, God's with us, he's good with it. He wants us to, right? Go do the same thing that this guy's doing now, right? Not much different. And it's just interesting on how they just seem to be. That's it. No, not one ever lasts, and it's a slippery slope to continue to do that. But again, as common people, we just keep teaching. I say us. There's some things now. You just keep teaching your children and hope that as your family, your ancestry, your descendants, as that continues on, your lineage continues on, that a better time is coming. Is it going to work? Well, has it ever been given a chance? Has ever all around the world been in a way that there isn't some crazy guy, I guess women too, but guys, a crazy guy who's got crazy people following them, and they manage to get armies together and then go and just willy-nilly just start taking over. Yes? Well, okay. It's amazing to me that can't even happen. To me, it's amazing that World War II and what happened with Hitler and the Jews was possible. Right? And I hear it in theological, religious circles, it's not, well, I guess God, maybe the Jews had to do some indemnity, for Jesus's death or this or that. I hear it too, and I'm going, no, God doesn't work that way. Absolutely not. That's just all of our own making. And that is something, remind everyone, I'm doing this for the reputation of our Heavenly Parent. God is not with a war, doesn't support a war, doesn't okay a war for absolutely no reason. And there just isn't. It does not fit with our Heavenly Parents, our Creator's personality. Wow, does God have a personality? Well, I don't know. What about you? You got one? I got one. I know everyone that I meet has one. you address a person just the right way, you see their personalities come out, right? Yes. Mankind is just one big great personality, isn't it? Yeah. With all kinds of many millions and billions of branches of where you could go on that tree. Just saying. All on the side of goodness, right? Yes, it is all on the side. It's supposed to be all on the side of goodness. It isn't that way. But that's only of our own making. Yeah. So if one wants to see a change, then the change has to happen, regardless on what else is going on. And the one thing, always stay on the straight and narrow when it comes to God's guidance. And God's guidance, number one, is in the 10 Commandments. Done. And then when we come across bullies, if your defense is strong enough, right, then you're going, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Just go on back to where you belong. And if not, then if one can survive peacefully and say, oh, all right, take it all, I guess we'll go and find a tent somewhere or a cave and see if... But it probably would be better if we'd stay here and keep working the land, and then you can come and get, I guess, whatever you want. Again, why are we here, right? Yes, to accumulate materialistic stuff en masse, en masse, en masse? Or are we just, why are we here on earth, walking through life? To make it from point A to point Z, and then we're going to eternal life. Yes? So if for 80 years we do the same thing every year, growing a garden, for example, what's wrong with that? There are many things that give great joy where no one can interfere with what you're doing if you're doing it with joy, even if all the harvest goes to someone else. It's still, you grew, you did it. Do you know what I mean? Yes? So, I think that the growing period of something, the time to create something, and us doing that is far more valuable and precious than what happens with the end product. Don't you think? That's kind of our time on earth here. When one understands that, one also understands that, nope, I will never take a life. I will have to give mine. And if it is meant for my family to also have to do that, the rest of my family, well, then we'll all meet up again where? In eternity, in heaven, in spirit world. All us brothers and sisters. Yes? A little difficult to understand when one has that, but it's mine, right? We have to give that up. If we believe in peace and we want peace for our descendants, we have to give that up. You want that? You take it. And I think I many times mentioned the story on when something was taken from me, like someone stole something, I'd say, no, I don't want to be a part of that sin. It happened. It's gone. I'm not sure where it went or who took it. Maybe I just misplaced it. I always went that route first. But when it was clear, I would say, nope, I'm giving that. I'm just giving it. When someone would ask me to borrow money, I wouldn't lend it to them. They couldn't borrow money from me. Whatever I had extra, I gave it to them. Here, it's all yours. If you have the possibility to bring it back, great. If not, it's fine. That's how I fix that in my own life. Yes? Anyway, things to think about. No doubt for those people, they finally realized here in the book of Judith, to resist this king was futile, absolutely futile. And the only way to escape absolute slaughter and everything was to, okay, here we are, we'll revere your king, this, not take it all, right? Yet, can this king Nebuchadnezzar or this Holofernes read people's mind? What's truly in their heart to mind? No, it can't. You're still free. Regardless, you have your own thoughts. You're always free. You have your own heart to treasure and cherish and take care of. Yes? That no one can take that from anyone, regardless on how suppressed or downtrodden one gets, or is being made into what it made. Yes, that doesn't matter. If we follow God's guidance, we know that, and we'll have the strength to walk through that hell and come out on the other side just fine. For a few more experiences, right? Yes. Anyway, that's all I wanted to share this morning. It's really sad. It's really sad. It's just sad. It's all just sad. So here we have definitely, what, is Nebuchadnezzar the first Hitler? Kind of. Yeah. Alrighty. Awful. Hey. I don't even want to know. Even after all these thousands of years, not sure I want to know where they are in spirit world. I bet that they're very difficult to reach. I don't know. Don't know that. Don't have access to that part of the spirit world. Nope. You got to be a way darker personality than me. Honest to goodness. You don't believe that exists? It does. There is hope for everyone. Yeah. But I'm too light. I don't have access to that part. I've tried. I think I told that story already before too. Yes, yes. Okay, that's all I have to share this morning. I've got to go out and do a little bit more work. And I have a zucchini, beans, and parsley. And I have some cheese. And I think I'm going to make me... all these vegetables picked fresh today. One would think, I think I'm going to make me a salad and eat the beans and the zucchini raw because they're delicious. Freshly picked like that, they're absolutely delicious. My daughter and I, we ate some of the beans already, and the sweetness. Beans aren't supposed to be sweet, but there is a sweetness in these beans that you can't get from store-bought beans. It's just not there anymore. This is freshly picked, and the freshness just shows through. Ooh, just like a newborn baby, the freshness. It's all there. All right, yes. All right, enough. May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you and embrace you with love, and I will talk to you all another time.